Literal
Makers
indeed
game.
to the Danger Donut we go, and it is going to be a
Oh,
very exciting
Twitter
matchup.
had the same vote as we did, 74 to 26, I imagine. So
74%
almost the same as my chat. It was 30 to 70.
Spacestation only grabbing the remaining 26%.
Is he or she a caster?
Let's see.
So
Now,
Fluke
this
is a
gonna
she
be going underway.
now.
Of course, first the map
He was a
bans,
he
the
before.
operator bans rather.
So
See
it's a
which
she.
ones will not be into play. Now, there's
What's the
many
blue thing on
different
my
directions
microphone?
you can
It's
go. Sometimes
it's
you
the
do see a
tag
hard
that
breach
shows
remove,
that
but
this
of course, as we said
goes
and
in the
mentioned
headset.
before,
And the
they
other
don't
end
necessarily
goes in
need
the
it on
PC.
Coastline.
Now the thing about Coast, and I'm sure you've got the in-depth win rate statistics for a longer period of time by Thatcher. We'll be back there in a second with these default bans. We haven't seen it.
I'm
over
scared
the first
SG's not
stage
gonna
of
play
NAL
well with Canadian, but I hope
across
so.
either of
I
these
think
two
they'll
teams.
play
Neither of them
better.
played it during the first split.
Canadian
And
is
obviously
a
the first
pillar
hasn't really
of the
been their
roster,
best showing,
IGL
but
and
it
captain.
was the same with
And with
TSM.
that being
I
said,
believe Clubhouse, they hadn't
SSG
played
banned
it
Thatcher,
until their game
TSM banning
earlier
Hibana,
today.
and
They were
bada bing
pretty
bada
good
boom,
on
Valkyrie.
Clubhouse.
They definitely were. They
Oh
showed
my,
up strong
oh
right
my.
there and
On Coastline?
well,
What is
managed
going
to,
on?
build up some round differential.
Does
Not
it
that it
keep
really
an
matters,
Valkyrie?
of course, in the
There's
group stage,
no
but
way
you
it
never
gets
know.
open. There's no way.
Well, my being removed just like the banner, so that is indeed the one
It
hard
does.
breacher we were talking
Vigil
about.
ban.
And a
Any
vigil
target bans?
to get taken down.
Valkyrie
Now,
is on the board for the
we heard in
second
the
time
previous
this
Coastline
invite
game,
so
there was a
far.
virtual
Very
line being
exciting
played,
things.
And we then also heard like
Thatcher,
Vigil is the
Hibana,
one
Wamai, and
operator
Vigil.
that can deny
Timer
the
zoomed in.
E1D
Yep,
from
that's the
moving
banning
through if you
phase timer.
activate the ERC7.
Banning
This might
phase is a different
indicate
layout than the actual
also
match.
a bit of
You see it
aggression
there.
coming out.
Bang, bang, bang,
Or it's
bang,
just
bang.
counter ban. It's either of the two.
As
I think
all
that's it with
things
Coast.
should be
Is
balanced.
Lion gives you the immediacy.
Yeah,
Lion
Vigil's
gives
a
you that
target
quick
ban
push,
for
and I think it
Bolo
was
probably.
NA where
I think
first
Bolo is the Vigil
started to
player
see
for
it around.
TSM.
I think it was the old
And
Sonics
Vigil is hard to
roster.
keep track
They
of
were
on
very
this map
quick
unless you play
to try
IQ.
and bring and deploy
So
that.
it's not
It
a
was
weird
pinch and
ban,
punch. It
but
was
with
dig
Valkyrie
deep,
being
get in
open and they go
get involved
past that,
because
it's
it
interesting.
offers that as a map. It's
Charlotte first
immediate.
round
There it is, there it is.
showcased the
Charlotte picking it
Dokebi,
up
but
right
ended
there.
up on the Lion
We saw him hovering in
instead.
for a bit, then try to
Same thing, Global Gadget
trick
helps
us
with roam clear,
when it
helps
comes
it
to the
execute,
Dokebi.
and brings
Decided
some
to
more
go for
power to the
Lion
table.
Nonetheless. And that's what we're talking about.
Shalabala
The
is the
Vigil, the one
6-picker and
operator
flex
that can
player
make
of
sure
TSM, that's for
to not be
sure.
affected if the ERC7
This guy
gets
might just
activated.
end this tournament with a map
Build that
with a
board
record
now.
of most played
Meaning that
operators at a single given
Spacestation
event.
Gaming will have to
I
make
had that
sure
once,
they
a long
find
time ago,
themselves
but
in good
Fabian had it
positions
once too,
with,
actually, I think.
well, good crossfires maybe even to deny any potential
They
push
just left
to come
Valk on
out.
Coastline open? Yeah, they did.
Setting themselves up
They did.
here with a big kind of
Oh,
extension
it's technically the wrong
across
side?
the
Oh, I
top.
got you,
This
actually.
is
I got you.
Coast. You give yourself really big angles
watch
and really
this.
big sight lines.
Bang,
You set
bang.
yourself up for the ability to try
actually,
and
that's
play
the color. There you
into
go.
that dangerous square shape that this map is. It's
Bang, bang.
in
And
a
we got
weird way its
3-1
own little
for
pockets of space and
NIP
avenues,
and
but
Makers.
if you find yourself able to start
And now we are up
exploiting
to
just a
date.
corner or a half, especially across the cut of the courtyard,
Alright, so
you can be in a pretty good
does
stead for being
SSG
able
bring
to
Valkyrie?
keep
They
it under
didn't. They
control.
opted for a smoke.
Canadian. If I'm going to list
Goyo,
words that all
Jaeger,
sound the same, well, I've
Mr.
gotta be the one
Mossy,
man that is
and
the
Aruni.
difference here, obviously. He is
Interestingly
back
enough.
in the stead and the seed of,
TSM
well,
bringing
let's
both the
go
Capital
one
and
more
the
aside,
Lion, so plenty of tools to
2021.
deal with roamers and
That
side
man wants another
execution.
hammer to beat Pengu.
He wants another hammer, and Pengu already
Got
said
plenty of
himself,
vertical
if
as
he's
well. They
getting
got
close, he's gonna
6
get right
breaching
out
charges
to-
and the
out
hammer,
of the
of
retirement
course.
right there to try and make sure it doesn't happen, but we're not that far yet.
Right now,
We're
the
first
casters
in
are
these
talking
group
about
stages.
Troy challenging me for
He's,
most
fails to receive a little bit of
most
pressure right
decorated
here.
pro
The drones
player
are
by coming back.
The E1D comes in
Falls,
as well.
oh,
has
he
to move, and
almost
that
finds
means
the
he gets
head,
pinged.
but just barely misses.
Escape with his life for now,
TSM
however,
taking
the drones
pink
keep
bar
putting on the
control.
pressure.
Well, this
I
Mozzie
think I see a
is
guy on
being
office
cooked
side as
from
well,
either side.
outside,
Bar
so
is serving up a heck of a lot of
Not going
danger,
just
but
get
it's
two
Rampy
guys
to
stuck
fight
in
the
blue
first
bar,
against
one
Bolo.
gets taken
Charlotte with
down,
a
two
spin,
gets
Charlotte
taken
with the
down, Charlotte with a good
double
opening on a double
inside.
here.
The back of the deep
Bolo
blue
did get
bar,
shot
as
in
we
the
still
meantime
see a
though,
single
but
blue body around offices. They
Chala,
want
the man to
rotate
do it
back
all,
round, but
plays the
actually they've
operators,
gone
hits the
opposite
heads,
way. Aruni
takes
is
control.
pulled away from that side and keeping
And
a close
TSM
angle
already
towards the
now with
sunrise
only a
door
minute
from
and 20
deep on
seconds
the
into the
opposite side of
round
courtyard, as I
in a
said
very
before, it
stable
becomes
position.
That huge cross section
They
that
got the one that they
really
got half the
allows
map
you
on the west
access
side. They got
from one
blue,
corner
office,
right
and
deep to
pink.
the other. Nate
And next up, they will
steadily
need to
making
choose
his
either to
way
go
here.
above
So
and
far
take
not
vertical
challenged on the
control,
top
or go
floor,
straight
but
for a
with
kitchen
Charlotte still with
execute.
that lion ahead, he knows it's
Two
probably
options,
only a matter
really.
of time before a coordinated push and pulse comes through.
Still 2 2E1Ds left that can be used. They angle
ACG got the soft walls from kitchen into jungle, so they can hold the angles down all the way from lobby, which should help them lock this down.
By the likes of Spacestation Gaming, and as a new E1D comes
TSM running in now with the into that line scan, plants on that long desk on the bar inside the smoke. I think that smoke babes. I think the smoke babes hit, and it did. Planting sync now, glitch smoke into the wall. Oh my goodness, Geo trying to plant so like in between two smoke grenades. Gets taken down by the swing of thinking nade. And this is Bosco using a glitch smoke, by the way, to deny the plant of Geo, making it a very, very tough position for TSM. Without that glitch smoke, it might not have been so difficult after all, but that is the game that we play. Hopefully at some point this will get fixed. SSG takes the first round on the back end of a glitch smoke.
The first round, they were behind basically the entire
absolute
game
Resident Sleeper.
I
hate to see it, dude. I hate to see it.
With that Lion, as you see,
a similar story that we saw with the
TSM
NIP
just not able
game,
to
I
get that
believe.
defuser down, put in so much utility, so much
Against
manpower
Giants.
as well, trying to make it happen, but unfortunately,
Is that
not
legal?
the case.
Yep.
That means
The
that
smoke
Spacestation
glitch is
Gaming
not
off to a
a
good start.
bannable
They got their
offense,
first
or
round
it's not
already,
against the
and we're
rules.
heading to Hookah Billiards next.
It never has been, and it won't be. And they said they're gonna work on it 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's
still haven't done it,
now.
but hopefully
You've seen it once, you
soon
know the game that they're going to want
it
to
gets
play
changed.
because
Now is
was
the
that
Valkyrie coming out
crux
from
and that
SSG, Fault's going
core
off the
of that
mute
push. They
onto
made sure
her.
that everything they did was under that pretty scary rumble in the sky that makes everything
Retake was
vibrate,
insane by
including
SSG.
your hold
I mean,
itself.
all they did
We
was
head up
glitch
to a
smoke,
slightly more
which
relaxing
forced Geo
venue
into a bad
inside
plant spot,
Hookah
and then Geo
Billiards.
died.
Set yourself up with a bit of a hold behind.
They didn't really
full
retake
bar
much.
and maybe shoot some pool, and potentially the attackers that are otherwise trying to take over
Canadian's
the
back,
space
he
have
is.
themselves
Canadian is
their own
currently
relaxing
on the Maestro
See a lot of
Maestro.
rotations being made right here. Fault is setting up
Fault's
some
looking
of
for
these
counters,
black
like that
eyes,
one or
making
that
sure
one. That one.
information is there in case of any vertical pressure to come down from the likes of TSM. Now, if you
They
look
acknowledge
at
it's not
their
supposed to happen,
setup,
but they don't
there
fix
is
it
no
either.
perk
I mean, I assume they
available.
can't
That means
fix
that
it,
they are
but like
pretty
it's just
limited. They
difficult.
have to use the 2 impacts.
Because
and maybe the 3
I
bridging
beta,
rounds
like
that
I
Nash
saw a
brings
beta
if
test
they
of the
want to be
smoke
opening up
rework
from below to that top. So that is something
a year and
to
a
keep
half
in
ago,
mind as
2 years
well.
ago, like
Of
long
course,
time
that
ago,
the Black
long
Eye will be
time
giving
ago.
away information for potential C4
where like they
play
changed
later
the
on in
smoke
round.
canister,
Rampy
like
and
effect
Fault
and the
both
visuals
have one
and
available to them.
everything.
So we'll want to know whether or not it's
So
going to be
it's just
quick to
taking
move into
time, I
the
guess.
bars. Rampy
But yeah, it's
already
not
goes
supposed to
down.
happen.
The drone right there.
I think a wall bang
out,
injury
and he
here
will
because
be
they didn't
recovered
get finished
potentially,
off.
but Merc is already right on them,
Lucky
trying
but
to put
unlucky
some
at the
pressure
same
down.
time.
Oh, that's teamwork, and that's
Still
trying to
leaves
save
Rampy on
Private
20
Rampy
health
now
once
as he's holding on
revived.
to the
Actually,
best
never mind.
visibility,
False
but
dies
Bolo
as well.
is there to get a double
Bolo
of
getting
his
a double
own
and
inside the
Rampy's
kitchen
still
from
downed.
deep. There's just one
That is
more
3 for
man
TSM.
lying
They don't even
down in
realize
the
he's
corner
injured.
there, well aware.
And there it is. Merc
And it's
finds him.
Merc who's going to be able to pull.
Oh, Bolo with a dirty wall bang on Canadian. That is a new man on the block versus the old man on the block. Right now, Bolo gets the best of him, and Bolo with the claps. The claps and the 4K to go along with it, dude. A big vac shot from Bolo, and it shakes and smiles all across. Very nice. That's a nasty ass wall bang, to be fair. I think he shot first too, rather than Canadian. Oh, okay, so Canadian shot, then Bolo just traced it.
Takes down that kill and gets the final one onto the stairs as well. And that means
that is an old man Canadian dude getting sat down in his chair.
Hookah Billiards, yet again, we're going to rerun it because basically
Bolo's
not
20, right?
I think it's 20. Bolo has been played. Oh, 6-pick.
I actually don't know.
Maybe? Chala?
It's 19 or 20.
Could be coming out.
Yeah, I think it's 20.
That could be coming out.
It's 19 actually. Oh, it turns 20 next month.
Maybe not.
Almost 20.
Okay, maybe just changing a little bit on the loadout right there. Different attachments, anything like that. Maybe different secondary gadget to pull out.
Almost.
You don't know it. But yeah, we're going to
still a young lad.
There was no way to actually, you know, see if their setup would work or not.
I mean, yeah, sure. When a man pops
If
off,
Gio
gets
doesn't play
4K,
Twitch this game, I'm pissed.
You don't really get a true taste.
Yeah, Gio's got
the
the Twitch
feeling
dude.
of things coming
And then we
together.
can play
You
the pulse.
assume they'll be a little
We
bit
can
more aware of the
redo
possibility
history.
of that quick pace from TSM. They had the drone and the beat on Rampy before he could even hop his way back to
Great
where he wanted
teams,
to
shit
hold.
map.
And,
well,
that's this map.
welcome to Coastline, baby.
Because the positions aren't that far away.
I mean, to be fair, if every round is gonna be like this, I'm excited to watch it.
So,
it's not like EU Coastline is fucking Resident Sleeper.
They've woken up and got themselves set up for this TSM
NA seems to be a bit
approach.
faster
Nobody's
paced
caught
this
quite
event than the
early,
regular
but
season though.
Well, they're acting like there is somebody
Normally when you
there
play LAN
ready,
events, you see teams play like more
to be
cautious or
killed.
like slower.
Drones coming in.
But this event so far, I would say most teams have played faster, more aggressive, more decisive than on regular season. Maybe everybody's excited to play, could be that. Finally
They
back on
move
land
out,
after
find themselves in
a
different
lot. Well,
positions.
NA plays online every
Some
week, you know,
potential
but
jump-ups right
finally
there
back
into
at an
phase. You never
international
know if you're gonna be
event
able
on a
to
big
catch someone
stage.
off guard with it, or if there's a drone hidden behind
BDS
it.
DC game was
Some
slow.
very
It was
aggressive
slow,
pressure
but
already coming
most
down on it
games
from
have been
TSM. At
fast
the
that I've
bottom
seen.
of Cool 5 stairs already, looking to
Obviously,
take
every
some
Brazilian team
control.
played fast.
Yeah, wasting no
G2
time
played
in trying
fast
to just
half the
make their
time.
presence
Half the
known.
time they
Drop the barb
didn't.
in case
Right?
they need to get a
Once they
bit
lost.
aggro, obviously. The Banshee isn't that much
APAC
higher
plays
up the
fast.
stairs, so it's not going to be the
TSM playing
cleanest
fast.
approach possible. But you obviously still have the possibility of frag grenades.
Yeah, we haven't had.
Cool
this is the first event I think in 450 days.
around in the
So like
corner.
over a
It's
year.
pinging, and it's hoping that they can catch it with these charges
Yes.
underneath. Beautifully played.
Very
Good
effective vertical
coordination, as
clear
we've
of
seen
the
on the
bubble.
approach to get whether it's bodies or utility. They know where everything
Well
needs
done,
to be
Merc.
and why it needs to be there.
TSM
But
setting
with
up
Bolo
slowly
still
from
holding down the
outside,
bottom of
getting
the
all
Cool
that
Vibes,
drone
it's up
info
to
while Merc
SSG
does
to
some
see
work
if they can
below.
try and reposition themselves.
Bolo
They're
pretty much the
fully
only
aware
guy up front
of where
here,
the
with Merc
intention
right
of
behind him.
TSM is. They've put down their flags.
Don't know where the
marked
fifth guy is,
their lines
possibly on
and
the roof
kind
looking
of
for
fired up some
rotations.
flares here, and
No,
it's
the
down
fifth
to
guy is
SSG
dead, that
to
is
see if they
Gio, and now
can
Rambi
walk
gets
out
2
of
and
this
Merc and
planet, and they
Bolo.
do.
Every
Rambi with
man
the double, and
downstairs is
Canadian
gone, last 2
is
people
able
remaining on
to
TSM,
find
other
one
guys
on the board. His
outside.
first of-
They're
I
vibing.
don't want to say it's his final SI because
Didn't really use
You
much
never
on
know.
Chala, has
You
2
never
phone
know.
calls
No,
left
but
still,
it
and
should
still
be
2
the
nades on the
final
side of
SI, he said
Achieve,
himself.
so
You never know if he's going to stick around.
unfortunate.
Nonetheless, though, great start here for Spacestation as they managed to pick up 2 of these kills. Now, it's only up to Achieved and Chala. What can they
see if we
make
can get some exit
happen?
frags here before the
Just
round
the 2
ends,
of them.
but I think
The
it's
pressure
unlikely
being
that
put
TSM
down
takes
from
it.
the window. Rampy is
Round
aware
that
of
is.
that. Goes prone just to make sure that he avoids any hit whatsoever.
And a P32 M
Now
curious,
gets
by the
taken
way.
down from the hatch. It's only up to
MP3
Chala now, who
and
is
MK
outside on the
too.
hookah
I
balcony. He
got you,
spots
homie.
that one player out fast, but not
I
able
got
to
you,
put down
homie.
any
And that's
shots or any
all
hits
down
yet.
to
And
Chala to try and
this will
get the round
probably, you would
1v5.
say,
He
go the way
doesn't
of
see the head
Spacestation, but he's very
there.
close to hitting a head right
Very,
there.
very, very close.
yeah, he's popping towards pre-fired angles, but with 30
I hate 3x
seconds
scope and DMRs.
well,
I'm not a fan
nothing
personally,
else
but
really done outside of a bits of bobs of
maybe Chala can make
utility.
it work.
It is
Oh,
a big
any
suffer
cheeky
for them to
fallbangs?
try and pull
Almost.
something here. He's looking for a potential.
Is Kenny the
confused
last
pick,
year
and he
1
knows
20
it's
player
gonna be a
standing?
firefight whichever way he enters. Doesn't quite get. Does in fact able to find faults in the head of him, but with Nade at the top of the stairs.
No, Bosco's
a
a year 1
get
player.
That far. Bosco from deep.
Bosco is,
The back of
Laxing
the bar
is,
able
Kids
to drop
Guys
it off, and
is.
SSG find a
Laxing
response
is,
to what was a pretty rude awakening in the previous round.
As I said, they didn't really have a chance to show their
Anyone
setup.
else?
As they lost 3 members in the space of a couple of seconds.
Mint,
so
oh, Mint, of course.
decided to rerun it.
Mint.
Managed to make his stick as well.
I don't know
so
if
well
Lemsh and
played to
those
them.
guys, they played, I mean, they
Right
played
now
in year
going
1,
over
but I don't know if they
to
played
the
season 1.
4th round so far. It is going to be
Remember.
Blue Bar and Sunrise. We do see the Dokkaebi coming out again, but yet the 6 pick is still to come. So you don't know if they're
Team Mouse
actually
got
going to go
access
back
to
to the
other
line
scopes
now, as
now?
that one
Yep.
seemed to be working
But Chala likes the 3.0, I
over
guess.
the last couple of rounds. But
Hot and cold? Oh yeah,
I mean,
Hot and cold was
there's an
underage, so
option.
he must have been playing
now
back
we're
then
going to
as
stick
well.
with the Dokkaebi right
The
here.
whole
So
Hot and cold and
same
Foxy
setup
and
coming
NVK
through.
drama.
the likes of TSM,
I believe they were all like 17 when they
a
played
different
or something
site
like that.
will be played by
ESL tweeted out like happy
It is going to be that
happy
bar,
18 or
what we
happy like
often see,
19
there's
versus
2 points where you
Foxy.
can really
But
punch.
you know,
You
Foxy had
either
been playing
go
poorly for
full
like
place
a
on the
couple
blue
of
bar,
years.
there's a little pillar right
So if you
there.
do the math, like he
If you
couldn't be
open up the wall from
18
office, it is
based off
safe
the
to
ESL
plant
tweet.
if you're not being
And then
pressured with
Ubisoft
either
tried to
smoke
ban
canisters
those
or
players
nitros.
for like a couple
Being
years
highlighted
each.
by your observer,
And then
easy
all the
that
big
is.
orcs, you know, EG, all
Our
those
previous
guys,
game
they were
on
like,
Console
yeah,
actually
if you
said
do
the
that, we're
wall
gonna
that's now
fucking fight you,
reinforced
dude.
was not being reinforced
So they
by
didn't ban
both
them.
those teams.
But
They choose
there
to
was some
reinforce with the
talks
one next
that
to that one.
Hot
So
and Cold, Foxy, and
I can
NVK were
understand
all
this one
gonna
a
get
bit better.
banned
I still
for a little
don't
bit for
know
once.
why the wall was being left soft. I was trying to figure it out, but this
Alright, 2
makes a
SSD,
bit more
I got
sense to me.
Does it?
No chat on
does, 'cause
screen?
there's
No, it doesn't
CT.
work anymore.
Well, there is a safer
It's
position on the
bugged.
wall that they just reinforced, and with the
It'll work
lack of
tomorrow.
heart breach.
Today's a short
as they
day.
just
We're
have the heart
already
breach gadget, it's
halfway
not
through
gonna
the
be
games, I
very,
think.
Ideal jumping in trying to
So
get the plant because you cannot like.
Don't got that much more to
stick
go.
yourself right between that
Also, I
pixel
gotta
where
go
it's
in like
safe to
2
plant
hours,
from
but
courtyard,
that's besides
for
the point.
Now they
And there's
have
the
got
week getting
themselves
banned. I mean,
locked
Dory
behind
got
the
banned
box
as, I don't know,
inside.
Clownface did.
Goodbye,
False
Chala.
early kill to
You're not
Chala.
coming inside
Not
as
a
you're
spawn
very
peek,
quickly
but he
shut
did
down
shoot
by
back
Faults on the approach here
on the
that
service door.
entrance. They still have
Full speed in the kitchen
some
player right
utility
now.
and a drone to
TSM,
try
if they
and
are
get a bit
smart,
of
will
an
have to go
intel
above to
on
clear
where
this
he
mirror
might
window
be,
out.
but he's not hiding his presence.
If not, you
This is
could
what we talked
fight it
about
head
at the
on,
beginning with
but
Coast. You
I
sort of
would
have to
advise
stretch yourself
against it.
laterally across the map for a lot of these holds. You got to
Remember,
make sure
Coastline
that you
is
have
generally
more than
seen
just
as a
one ballast and
attacker
barrier
favorite
that you
map,
might have in
so
maps like Villa, where it's a
SSG
lot more
already sitting on
structural, a
2
lot more
rounds
heavy
and the
in terms
advantage
of
in the
what the
4th
building can
round.
offer you. Coast is
Looking pretty
thin as
good.
paper, but while paper cuts sometimes hurt the
Pengu
worst,
profit.
he is under a bit of pressure here from Lobby with Rampy offering a bit
Thoughts
of
on Canadian
support,
getting
but
back? I mean,
it's
dude,
rotating
I think
its
it's
mobile
sick.
and it's a minute gone.
I mean,
taking care of some of the
OG people retiring always sucks, and if Troy comes back and they win Invite, that would be like a whole like history in itself, you know?
Still plenty of information here that TSM can use.
And I'm sure that SSG has found newfound motivation with the situation that they have right now.
Not go too aggressive, his feet will get spotted out, as you just saw.
Folds opting to push forward instead of backwards when getting applied pressure to him on the vertical play. Also, TSM yet to open the canister. There it is. When Miura gets broken, Folds gets fired, runs around, gets shut down. Maybe. Yes, there it is. Bolo finds him. I will say though, Folds took out a lot of utility, a lot of time, a lot of effort. And they are only now just even in manpower. TSM also take this and take it further. They could go all above vertical. They got their tools forward, and SSG also all back on site now. 3 guys inside of pink and 1 guy inside of office. They don't have a whole lot of map control left, and they can't hold pink for very long, assuming that
they're round into office. So you would assume they might try and close it down, but Rampy is actually getting aggro back, heading towards the lobby to see if he can potentially catch somebody loose around the back. If they believe Kitchen is safe, well, he's about to try and make sure that it isn't.
Luckily, not the bump side, as we are playing on the bar, so as Rampy still has security and office in control.
So first of all,
also has the opportunity to try and rotate through to courtyard and maybe even get back through the kitchen to try and put some damage down. Oh, they have a drone. They're trying to go for the wallbang. Will not succeed though, as thinking they gets a kill with that nitro. 20 seconds left. Now there's a lot of pressure on TSM.
He's just trying to find where that ping is. They know that they're not safe to push as long as he's still alive, and he has played this perfectly. There it is, though. Nade with 1 more. Bolo goes deep. He's able to get the drop on 1, but now he's the only one left. Finds 1 more, but he body blocked the door. Can't quite get the diffuser in time with the split angle held, and SSG are able to put themselves 2 rounds ahead of their opponents.
The 2 rounds here, and at the moment that the pre-fire failed onto the one that was flanking inside of security, you saw that there were a little bit divided between what they had to do.
Like, delay. Basically, if you go onto YouTube and watch the YouTube stream, you can synchronize it back in time, and that's how you should do it.
Able to punish that.
Yeah, I was muted. Riley came with a question. I couldn't talk about on stream.
With that now securing themselves a 3rd
I cannot leak.
No coastline, building on their lead.
So I had to mute.
As we are going kitchen serves this time around, it is the line that gets brought out yet again by Chala.
SSG 3-1. I didn't see what happened, but
into the 6
I did see that Bolo got a few more kills up his sleeve.
TSM is pretty effective at clearing these benches out. Are they going to be able to do that again? Are they going to be able to clear out the shield, the banshees, and well, that's it basically for now. Yeah. No evil eyes this time around. So just the Falcons.
How much you're involved in this game as well as career? Don't I see myself coming back in a year? I don't know.
3-1 SSG.
What I did was I've decided to take a year break, and it's not like I'm taking a year break and then I'll return. No, it's more like I take a year break and I see what happens. I might come back.
Most of the NA teams
maybe I'll enjoy my time away from the scene and I'll stay back.
I guess a lot of
like Riley might start her studies soon and stuff like that. It's possible. Riley's also getting older and older. Doesn't have a degree yet.
Obviously, so far TSM, they've played Coast and they've played Club.
In that case, me being a pro league player is not like super comfortable, you know? I'll be gone a lot and
these 2 teams is you can track
always
them
busy.
Playing Coast to SI 2020 as well as the November major finals, as well as it goes on and on and on.
What I think will actually win? I thought TSM would take it.
To note is down the attacking
which means the scoreline doesn't agree.
These last 5 rounds.
Well, the rounds that go in the way they have been a bit unfortunate. Chala getting picked off last round, for example, by Folds early on. I would say that there are room for these rounds to turn over, and TSM can win the rounds to 3-3 for side swap. And 3-3 split is not bad, it's okay, and they will need to get more attacks if they want to win this match. Unless TSM have great defenses and SSG terrible ones.
Spacestation so far. Playing it almost perfect.
This map is attacker favorite.
They're aware.
Keep that in mind.
Obviously, the body is behind that shield inside.
There it is. Mercs finds Folds. Early kill for TSM.
Able to get one
now we're back in the driver's seat.
On the top of the Cool Vibes stairs, heading towards Billiards potentially. Either way,
this leaves just 2 guys in penthouse and 1 guy white stairs.
Explosions pop either side as they
it's the last obstacles for TSM to get what they want. Actually, 1 guy in penthouse and 2 guys below.
With the C4 thrown, blown, missed. but they're still able to get themselves rotated around, see if they can pull a little bit
Why
more
they keep
intel, a little bit
streaming? I don't
more
know.
information. The pulse
I mean, I
comes
think she'll
out,
stream for a
not
while, but
joined by a push at that moment in time, though. It allows them
know.
to swing round, and Bolo
finds Canadian, gets hit back by Rambi.
battles back, is able to drop
4
him out before he
versus
can do any
3.
more damage. The Goyo
Penthouse
shield is
slowly but
popped, the
surely
room
getting
floods with
deteriorated
fire
here.
and
Rambi got
nade.
up the
Well,
stairs too.
he's keeping himself a little bit
Playing
cool,
inside of
just
90
underneath
towards
the
his thinking
projector,
nades. So they're going to stay their
waiting
ground
for
and
somebody to
hold
drift
it.
a little bit
See if they can get
closer
more for their
into
money.
his gun.
A kill or 2 into a
right
fallback
here
would
for
be
TSM.
ideal,
This
but
is
with
an
Rambi
advantage,
sneaking
but
up
they
the way
have
he
been in
is,
that
they could
situation
even get
before.
further, but
Rambi,
no,
however, does
Gio
not spot
finds
out
him.
the head. Gio
Misleaves,
will be
thinking
able
it
to
all
kill
alone,
Chief
gets taken
before
out by a
that
Chief,
one
and
up
now
as
it's
well.
all
Totally up to
Bosco,
now.
solo,
The one-man
Bolo
left
alone on
standing in
side.
the
It's in
kitchen gets
G11.
spotted due to
This is not
all
an
these
easy situation to be in. He gets
EU on these that are
floor
popping up
banged
right here.
vertically with no
The damage
information.
is being done, and there's a lot
Pretty
of vertical
spicy.
pressure to arise as well. Goes aggressive with the shotgun.
Chief shuts him
To
down.
be able to last
TSM
or get that kill. The Chief
2
gets it.
to 3.
Takes down Bosco. Takes the win here for this round into TSM's hands.
The guy from Twitter,
They're
Zico,
closing
thank
up
you,
the
sir.
gap just a little bit.
Very well played
Thank
there
you.
by TSM. They're able to
Lion
get a
scan?
handle and a
It
grip
pinged him in the
on
rotate though,
all the
so he's
players
still
and
blind,
locations
no?
that they need
Technically.
to. They set themselves up for a structure.
Like he's lion scanned, but
terms
he
of,
got
okay, well,
pinged.
this is here.
It only
Let's do our
updates
pre-fire
in
angles.
intervals,
Let's
no?
get ourselves with that
NIP
big angle
4,
across the
Imperius
top of
3,
VIP
okay.
from Hall of Fame.
Or was it actually
Let's make
red where he
sure
got
that
it?
if
Maybe it
anything
was.
gets loose, we are there to sweep it up.
The white
because
reticle is
that
so
was
bad
where
they
they
gotta
sort
make
of
it like
encountered
Rick.
problems with SSG
Red?
before. It took
Red,
them a
red, red.
while to get one man, one
Let's look at the
arena
view via
outside
multi.
of the
I
kitchen.
do.
This time they said, well, we're going to make sure.
Oh, you mean
that
my
isn't
stream? I don't know.
Again, 3-2.
I don't know. I don't think
TSM
multi-Twitch
have the
grants you
ability to get
views.
themselves an even half.
I don't believe so, no.
TSM are fighting for the
Multi-Twitch doesn't
3-3
count
whilst SSG
towards viewership.
wants
Or
to
maybe it does,
continue
but
to
not
stay
towards active
in
viewership.
the lead whilst
Because
they
Twitch
are
has like
moving over to
embedded
the
views
attack
and then like
soon.
non-embedded views, right? So I don't know. Maybe.
Again being
Well, you don't
set
get
up
drops,
here.
I don't believe, so there is that.
Also see the Maestro
There is that.
making a reappearance
Lions
here for
pick with this
Canadian
has been
with the
Giga
exact
songs.
same
It's been
lineup,
okay.
I believe, as the last time we have
Lions been
seen
picked a fair
Doka
bit.
Birds
We haven't
coming
seen
out.
Ying
Yes,
yet.
it has been.
We've seen a bit of Dokupi as well.
We should see
Seen a bit of Mira.
clearing out the
We
utility.
see a bit of
that will be
Valkyrie
placed
finally.
down, as
Full
we saw
second round with
happen
it.
The last time around, of course. Might see a little bit more of a. Well,
No 6 picks in both teams now.
scuffle down
A
in
lot of
Bard.
teams aren't
Was
actually
attempted
6
in round
picking
number 2,
very
didn't really go
effectively.
according to plan, and
Which is always
thus in round
surprising,
3,
but
they completely
to be
forfeited
fair, 6 picking is not like a huge deal,
allowed
but
Merc to
you
quickly
should in
take care of the
theory use it
utility.
every
The
single
Evil Eyes
round because
and the
it's free.
Banshees were quickly taken
You might
care
as
of.
well.
It didn't eventually result in a round.
For example, like Fulls can 6 pick Valkyrie every round, and then at some point TSM will 6 pick the Val or the IQ maybe, and then like they don't play Lion, for example, and then like, oh, 6 picking is nice, you know. Could also just be that a lot of teams have like set lineups, like they want to run XY set operator, and they don't really care too much if the enemy team picks something else.
They're well aware that the Spacestation
If you pick particular operator lineups, you can do any sort of attack on any bomb site with those.
A
lot of teams find value in that.
Last time we were here, but it turned into a little bit of a bloodbath as they couldn't
Rightfully
really
so.
get close. I'm curious to see.
For example, TSM
what
could
they
opt
adapt
for
here
a
if they
box
try
instead
and
of
change a
Lion,
bit of their
and they
approach,
would now
still
be able to
dropping
do a
the
lot more
same
vertical
bits
play on towards the
as
bomb side.
before.
That would be
No.
super advantageous,
I
but the bug wouldn't necessarily be that
No,
great
he
for
didn't
pick
shoot
for
it,
other
shoot
bomb
it.
They
sites.
realized that there wasn't anything there.
But for this
there
instance, the
wasn't
bug
something
would be
Yeah,
amazing.
there
They
is
can
one on
do
the
the
bench
rap
right
pull
there.
outside
Well,
on
he
windows
can
with
still
bug
get it
vertical
from
play to
there, but
assist
he
it.
might not be putting up some pressure at
Different
this
way to
very
attack
moment.
it than what they did last round,
It's
for
that
example.
Merc
Merc
that's,
finds
been
Canadian.
deciding to take the shot down into Canadian and will take out that Maestro, which
TSM
means
once
that
again
the
in
camps are only
manpower
literally a spotting
lead
tool right
early
now.
on in the round.
Well,
Last
now
time this
Bolo is
happened,
eyeing
we saw
up
Rampy
cool
White
vibes.
swing them
Obviously, they wanna
downstairs,
try and
killing
swing
both
some
Merc and
pressure
Bolo.
here
This time
sooner
around hasn't
rather than
happened
later,
yet.
but is waiting for a bit of the go-ahead to draw some attention
Don't know where
away
Rampy is
because
hiding around right
if there
now.
is
Could
another
be
bit of a
top of
threat,
cooler
then it's a big
stairs
bit
if
of danger. There is
anything.
one blue body around the lobby on the opposite side.
The
You can see
players
it by the
decided they
full
attack or
ping being
defend
told where
first.
they are, and, well,
You
they're
pick.
seemingly aware, but
If you choose
it
the
makes
map,
this Sunrise
so like you
Storm
do
a more
ban,
dangerous
you know,
cause.
ban,
It
ban,
offers a
ban,
huge
ban,
angle
ban,
for
ban.
Rampy to fire
If you
all the way
ban
deep across.
the
You see
last
if he
map,
cuts
meaning
someone
that you
off
chose the
unaware,
map,
we talked about
then the
this big
opposing
grown from
team
lobby before and
picks
how it
starting
could be
side.
something so monumental
So
if timed
if it's
perfectly,
Oregon or
and previously
Coastline
it
and
was,
TSM
but
bans
it's
Oregon,
making sure that TSM still
because
has the
that
time to
decides
dig
Coastline,
themselves
then
up without
SSG
getting drawn
picks starting
in
side.
by the potential behind them.
So
There's a
SSG
ping, there's
says,
a great
we want to
camp
defend first, and then TSM gets attacked. If it's not like a bracket-based system like this, let's say it's like EUL, it can also be based off seeding. But there's not currently any seeding as its group stage.
Spacestation via offices gets one. Bolo tries to
And then it comes down to like round
can't quite catch him. 40
differentiation
seconds,
or
another body goes
who
down,
has the
it's
most
Nade.
points
Tried
or
to
whatever
find something
the
at the
case
bottom of
might
Cool
be.
Vibes, but couldn't quite get
Bolo
it, but
finds
there's a
Thinking Nade, a
Chief
Chief
with that
finds
crossfire
Rampy,
on
no more
Rampy. It's a
shutdown
4
happens for
versus 1, another
SSG,
body
but
down
Bosco actually
from the
finds a
Cool
Chief
Vibes
as
stairs
well.
now as they
Merc
try and
also
swing
found
round
False
drops
Bosco with
by
2.
Bosco, but Gio is going to try and
Bosco,
put the
one of the
diffuser down,
few
one of the highest
SMG
block
11
stats
legends. If
across
anyone can do it,
NA.
it would be
He's trying to make
him.
sure it
Bolo
carries
getting
on
gassed
through
down,
here.
and Bosco also finds the planter. A huge round for Bosco. Perfect smoke babes on the cooler stairs. Shuts down Bolo's movement. He gets gassed out and choked out. The last guy is planning with his back turned. As we were saying, there are not many SMG legends, but Bosco is one of them, and if anyone could do it, it would be him. Cheeky flicks and cheeky kills. TSM a bit overextended. Merc found isolated and Bolo left alone afterwards with last guy planting. It is a rough one to say the least. A well-deserved round for SSG and a round that could have been played better by TSM. Can't go back and change it up. We got a side swap. SSG with 4 defense rounds. They can't be very happy about that.
I mean, what a moment, what a clutch. Out of absolutely nothing. 3 seconds to go, maybe, if that.
That was an ace?
Just seen
Wasn't
all
it
his team go down, and he pulls that out. Oh, yeah.
No?
This is one of those teams
I don't think it was an
ace.
ace.
4-2.
It couldn't have been, right? It was 4K.
TSM find themselves now stacking
Because
up for the first time today
not Merc,
on their defense. One of the
it's
lesser
over there.
seen
Rampy killed one.
sights, to be honest.
It was an ace.
If Mirror's off the board, it's
I was gonna say, if it was an ace, we would have seen it on screen too, be like,
it does allow a lot of adaptation and growth for the rooms that can be offered here, but
no.
it doesn't make it easy.
It's interesting to see that entire wall being removed from play.
Well, it didn't die. Oh, technically speaking, I don't think Bolo even died, right? Because the time was 0 and he killed the planter. Bolo was injured.
But normally,
So,
what we used to see back
although he would have died when.
all the way back.
Depends if he killed, I don't know if he killed the planter, right? Despite that,
Coastline just came out.
4 kills. We'll say it. I assume he died to the gas. He was injured when Bosco flicked away. And assuming that the round, even if the round is 0, yeah. If he kills the planter, then Bolo will die because he's injured. He has no whipstand anymore. So yeah, 4 kills.
Just a little bit if you have
4
the
kills.
opportunity to. Still curious.
If it was the old version of
the complete wall has been opened,
Sophia, and the round timer is 0, and you kill the planter, Sophia wouldn't have died because she can withstand. That's gone now, so 4 kills guaranteed.
Because it is a fast approach map, as we've talked about before.
Same with
it
Doc.
also allows first strikes, and I'm not sure if everyone here
Doc
was
works the
watching
same
the
way.
preamble before this game. The amazing SI
Not same for
video
Finka.
that kind of showed the
She
previous
can
SIs and
self-revive.
hype, and it included
She deserves to be
Canadian
able to,
making
though,
a run out
if
from
anything.
Hookah and doing a spawn peek.
Okay, Bolo died and there's
against
20 seconds left, yeah.
Penta.
Then Bolo died.
This is why. Are you happy?
I was waiting for it. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, but
No.
Gio
Someone
just
said yes, she
quickly
can.
showed why that entire wall has been removed.
Why
It's
did
for
they change
the second mirror
Finka?
window to allow
Did I miss something?
the angle down onto the default plant spot.
Oh,
because it's
Finka
really
can
hard to
self-revive
try and
now. Oh
challenge
shit,
As
dude.
soon as they repel into that window, so that is
Okay.
probably words for.
Now, this is where this might start
What
to
is
become
this?
a bit of a problem.
Man is
It's
opening the
down
entire wall.
to that verticality box,
Man's gonna
getting
hold
in
down the
underneath
fort.
and seeing what he can open. Merc, while he's pre-firing himself an angle to cut anybody that
The
tries to
POC
dig
mirror
their
setup?
way
Yeah, we've seen
across
these
the
mirror nodes a
service
few times
entrance,
before.
but
You get like a deep
it's
angle
gonna be a
towards
bit
the
of
window
drowning and a
repel.
bit of trying to
That
control
way
the
you can't
space
just
here because
grapple
he
in
is
and
pretty
plant for
isolated.
free.
Sure, you have a
You would
Chief
need to take
in a
VIP
position to rotate
control
down
and
Cool Vibes, and well, they
further
can open
challenge
Aqua hatch if
90.
They want to get a bit of a hot drop or luggage too, but either way.
Oh, she can't
that's the
self-arrive
pace
yet,
of the
but it's in
approach
test
here.
server.
Big angles
Oh.
opened by the Buck. He's making
Oh,
sure
chat's
he
lying.
has a clean eyesight before
was
he
gonna
tries
say,
to
I
dig
missed it
himself
if he
in
could.
underneath.
I feel like if she could, then people would actually play her more, possibly, for the memes at least.
Just weighing things up for
So
SSG.
SSG could get baited into a straight tech. This mirror window would shut them down if they tried to do so. SSG are probably smarter than that though. They will have to go VIP and bathroom. See what they can do on site. Rampy could also go below. Bunch of options here. Panda's attack is always interesting because it's a bit of a nightmare. But not just to defend or to attack, it's both. It's not really fun for anyone. Here we go, dude. 4 players in guitar and bathroom, bomb on Canadian, ready to look and run in. TSM has 1 C4, 2 C4s, and a Merc below looking to contest. So it's gonna be a 3-2-1 smoke out. Probably plant bathroom door here. I don't think we're gonna go deep. We are actually gonna go deep. Interestingly enough, the thing is, they are exposed to a C4. Canadian fix it out and goes back to the bomb. C4 still lands. Next guy in line goes for the diffuser. That will be Force trying to get it down. There's going to be TSM pushing up, and Rampage strikes up from white stairs. A beautiful time flank. Annihilates everybody on site. Last guy's off it. It's Bolo back in VIP. Defenders wins. Assumingly because Force got injured by Bolo right before we got to run away. So I actually think if Canadian had planted in the bathroom door as I thought he was gonna do, that C4 might not even have clipped him. What happened here? Yeah, Force got killed actually. So yeah, that is the low time at punishing SSG with the late execute. So when you smoke it off like that, when you're SSG, instead of planting like default first, then on the bomb itself, you could plant straight in the bathroom door. And that's what I thought they were going to do based off those smokes, but also maybe Troy thought that's what TSM thought they were going to do. You could also smoke off just right in front of you, like the mirror window, and then run towards the bed inside of penthouse, and then that way you're not going to get C4 at all.
It wasn't an article, so you gotta
it isn't planned. They were trying to plant, but the time I hit 0 as the planter died. Canadian, now Ying. First Ying of this tournament. I was talking earlier about how I would love to see it played on Coastline. And Canadian, being so generous as he is, has now blessed us with a Ying of his own. Ying also works amazingly into Mira, which both teams are seeming to be running.
We'd
love to see this. Ying is what I call a side breaker or an execute enabler. You don't need much to get her going, but when she does get going, it is a bloodbath and a half.
SSG, you were close to being able to lock that off. One loose TSM thread was all it took to unravel the lovely knitted sweater of we can take our first attack, but it is
Canadian
obviously
needs an extra bullet and blinds to hit the shots, dude. Same. Same. I get so much more kills when enemy can't shoot back. I don't know why, but it's like when they're blinded, it's just easier, you know?
Everybody always mentions this, but it's different when you see a map after a long time, especially with the huge meta changes that we've had.
I think Bolo cares about getting flashed. Pretty sure Bolo will just shoot them anyway.
TSM, you just barely managed to win.
And if you are cracked, you can shoot the Candelas as they are either in the air or on the ground. Before they explode, they are shootable. And even while they explode, they're shootable, given that you can actually see them. My first ace of the Ying, imagine having an irrelevant ace. Randy opening up for the white stairs flank angle. Moving forward really quickly here on the side of SSG. TSM also not contesting at all whatsoever. They will be trying to hold the hooker side, but this is not something that you can actually really hold. All it takes is one guy on the hooker repel, and this mirror window is gonna be gone. The Rappel comes in, Mirk has to get ready. And it might come down to a fight here. Mirk says, no, I'm gonna bail out. They did waste a little bit extra time there, but ultimately SSG got what they wanted. Don't have a sledge, they do have a buck, so bit of vertical play goes through, and then the Ying for the execute is going to be fantastic. They can go either pink or blue, it doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. Smaller-ish rooms with no obstacles in the way. It's an injury. And that's a kill.
He doubles down on the C4.
Double down on C4, one from Geo, one from Achieved. Guarantees the vertical deny from SSG as Rambi gets taken down. Now at least Force is the only guy able to do the job. He still has 3 breaching charges on site on him, so he could choose to use them if he's in position for it. They looked at the points. Might be Feral, maybe they did. Canadian actually beats Achieved in a gunfight, gets put down on 1 health, but it doesn't matter because the Candelas will be coming out shortly. And it doesn't matter how much health you have. The enemy can't shoot back and see, but we do see as well that Bolo is on the flank, on the rise. And if Bolo times this correctly, and he does, he both kills Canadian Enabler and the Diffuser and gets the flanker and thinking nade. Bolo with 2 crucial kills this round. Secure TSM's catch up as they are now 4-4. And this might just be one of the first defender-sided coastlines I've seen in over a year.
Thank you.
Bolo with beautiful timing right before Canadian went in. He had diffuser, he is the Ying, and he gets Thinking Nade as well on top of that.
That means that we have the opportunity here that we are going to.
Do I know if there's map advantage in final? I don't know actually. I hope there isn't a map advantage, but it could be.
So far, they got really close in the first one, but
it was hipfire. You was running.
Theater.
Reminds me of Citizen. He also says you was.
Is that a dirt tree or an
always.
offside that you would normally not go back to?
You was running.
Now, that's a very common sight to see. So
I think there is an advantage. I think there is.
Just as well be that
Usually
there
there
was a
is.
side.
I hope there is.
SG could have gone really close in there, but TSM is
now
not going to go back
TSM
this
trying to
game
get some Valkyrie cams of their own. Bolo picks it up. Even Bolo's a bit flexible here.
It's one of those things
Rooney, Goyo, Valkyrie, Maestro. He played on Penthouse defense.
The fray after obviously retiring over the season, a split that hasn't been the best, to be fair, either of these two teams. But at the same time, what we've seen today,
defense.
You would have thought that he's been in this roster a while.
Not a big fan of map advantage. No, same. If you have a map advantage,
he has been in the roster for a while.
Okay, no, but you know what
you can't have like a proper best of 5, right?
He had a break, sure.
Imagine 2018 Invite
he put his feet up, played
had a map advantage. That might have ruined everything for either team.
Yeah, but it's, you know, there's a difference between the tier 3
player. Dan asked if I feel as if the skill will drop off from being retired for a year. I think people like, I said this last night as well, but I think people like myself, like Canadian, Fabian, I think we could retire for a year and come back and still be like top 14 worthy, because we don't really need, like, aim you get from, like, I would still stream Siege, right, so I would still play the game, but once you get an understanding for how Siege works on like a high level, I feel like you'll always have it as a player. You might not know the exact version of Siege, like the different meta games or the current most popular strats, you know? But it's just a matter of playing the game for a bit in scrims and you know them. If you've played for 5 years and you retire for 1, still got 4 years in the tank, technically speaking.
The true test now comes here for Spacestation. They're on their attack. This is where...
If you don't play Siege at all and come back, I mean, again, if you're not a player who's like, you know, Citizen, Shaiko, like Bo, like great aimer who like relies on aim, again, my aim probably wouldn't be much worse if I quit for a year and didn't play at all. Because my aim wasn't great to begin with, you know? So not much was lost.
See that they do want to take control of Hookah. Basically, every single member
all depends.
of the Knights of Space Station Gaming is set up around it. Be up to Team Silvermate to try and find out whether or not they
SSG possibly looking to be explosive here on the vertical. SSG also playing very tight together, something that we haven't seen much from today. We often see 3-4 people in a single square, and we see through the floor that they are running it down below.
Nobody's there close
with the box, they can do the vertical. That's where TSM couldn't.
Bit of a big reshuffle here.
And that's the beauty of Bok. You can both use him from below and up and below. Nip 1 by the way, 7 to 4. Closer than expected, very nice.
From the opposite side, Merc suffers from an explosion just above the baited
drone. What does that?
His movement to get to safety saves him.
What does that mean?
And Rampy is there ready to try and get some revenge, but look at the body there in office too. They want to try and apply, but it's Achieved who actually suffers back, battled and pushed away.
TSM doing a good job of disrupting the plans of SSG, contesting the vertical. Again, SSG running a bit low on time here, 35 seconds left. The execute has to come through soon. But Achieve jumps out and then gets shut down. A worthy kill for him, peeling off that big window rappel player. Very big kill, enabling the rest of TSM to move on site. Now Merc, don't swing too wide, my friend. Last time your head got cut off clean and you got shut down, but Geo is the one doing the shutting down right now, and he gets boss slow, Charlie gets a Rampy, and last man standing is Thinking Nade outside on the hooker balcony. This is indeed a TSM win, unless Thinking Nade decides to actually go in the store for once. Nope, he gets shut down outside of it, and Merc gets the last kill. 5 to 4 as TSM now takes the lead for
one step ahead.
Yeah, they are in the lead right now. Space Station not able to make their attack stick yet. These stairs
a little bit confused about thinking they didn't just walk in and like try and do something. He was confidently sitting there, just waiting.
Able to use these smoke canisters to try and slow
go in there and get it done. That is
forces
3
you
in a
to
row for
play with
TSM on
less time
defense
in
since
the
they
end of
swapped
the
the
round.
sides.
As soon as there is that little, like, 15 second,
great
30
start for
second
them.
mark that comes in, the dramatic music starts playing, you know you have to push. And at that moment, Chala will be waiting right there with
Mr.
that
Next
shotgun.
in my
I believe
chat.
2 kills throughout that
Why
round.
do you
able
have
to
the
pick up
need to
Canadian
spam the
and
same
yet
question
another
over
member
and over
of
again?
Spacestation. And now
It's not even like you
it
give me a
is going
chance
to
to
be a very
reply to it, you
important
just
round.
spam
It's
it
round
again.
number 10. This is the round where we decide. Is it going to be TSM that is fighting
I'm out of
for the
codes,
match
Cena.
points
I have no more
afterwards,
codes
or is it
left,
going to be
that's why.
SSG that is trying to keep it close, hoping to force this into their own hand a little
Kitchen
bit
is up
later?
next from TSM.
You know,
Mirror,
obviously,
Aruni, Warden. So
set
that
up here
is
at
the
hotel.
answer
Our
to
setup
the
here
Ying.
is one.
And as
It's
you
like an
see,
entire
SSG
siege
did
hotel,
not bring
by
the
way.
Ying this
The
time,
elevator
so
that stickers everywhere,
that's
it's
again
amazing.
like where
But
the 6
I'm
pick
not
mind
entirely
games
sure how
kind of
close
come in.
the
Now you
rooms
can
for
argue that
players
Geo
are in
picked
terms
a
of where they're playing
quote-unquote
now,
useless,
because
not
it's
useless,
NA,
less than
and
perfect
I know-
operator
I
for the
really hear
task.
Canadian screamers.
Simply
I really
because they
want
played a
to.
good game on the 6 pick.
I know it's not close to us because I can't hear it.
I
but
know.
I remember when we saw them.
Job well done.
The only honor that I've had of being able to
You get a
coach teams
shield.
on land before
You're not
with
wrong.
you was at OGA.
OGA, yeah.
And
But
they were so vocal we could hear them 3 rooms
Let's
away.
say that TSM
I
had
love it.
Valkyrie instead of Warden.
Coming down
Same
to
weapon.
Canadian, telling him to
Better gadget.
tone it down a little bit because
shield.
he was being too vocal.
Honestly,
Well, if she was what you wanted, there's a
I
bunch of
wanna-
operators
I wanna
available,
see
so
that energy.
not the end of the
I'm
world.
so super excited to be able to just uplifted by NA energy, but
MPX 1.5 is pretty
if anybody
good.
needs it right now,
Scopes don't make or break the
SSG,
difference
you
at
have
this
now
level,
suffered
but I do
3
agree. The
rounds
1.5
in a
is
row,
pretty
and
nice.
to be fair, it was pretty
Achieve,
diddly
maybe
back and
looking to
forth
jump
in
out
the opener,
again.
so
Nope.
you got to try and find a way to stem the
He said I
momentum
tried
over
that last
TSM
round and I
because they
didn't get
themselves
very
onto map
far. I
point
did get a
with
kill, however.
4-round
And I got this
shuffle
mirror
and
window that is
rotation.
mine
Wow.
and mine
Doesn't
only to
really look too
protect.
good,
Now
but
do
you
note,
are more than capable
Canadian
of
playing
being able to
Ace,
lock
this
it off
mirror
as
window
we
is not
see.
going to last very
Gonna change
long
up
because
here, still
TSM did not bring
reinforcing
any
around
Warden
9
out
to
to
make
support
sure
it.
that they have their solidity as they try and piece together
Doesn't
where
look like
SSG
they are
is
going to
pulling them
challenge
or
just yet
attempting
though.
to push
SSG
hard,
looking to
going
join out the
deep,
hooker side of
driving
top 4
deeper as they still
first.
steadily try and just find that
Seeing as
opening
Canadian
TSM
is
pod.
on the penthouse side, I'm
The
sure he's going to get
penthouse
that
is a
summer
very
charge thrown
important
out
point
soon,
of
TM.
interest here for the attackers. It
I
allows you
can't
to
see if
start
TSM
opening
has
up
any
into
vertical
entry,
holes because you
into the
can
service
shoot that
entry,
mirror window from
make sure
below
you get those
in
vertical
lobby.
angles in
So
control.
unless
Then
Canadian
next to
uses
that,
a
of
smoke
course, you have
grenade,
VIP. That is one
TSM
that
can
is really
actually
important,
deny it. And I
but right
think
now,
Chala might be moving
this setup
forward.
right here that we see
Perhaps
from
he's right
Gator is
below it
gonna
at
be a
least.
very good one to make sure that you can try and keep control of that penthouse. So that is why you currently see these TSM players playing right here and Achieved.
And again,
that wants to do
SSG being
everything he can to try
really
and
slow.
duel
They're not
whoever
progressing
comes out of
on the
that
map
VIP
really. They
hallway.
could be setting up, but I don't know what they're setting up
Waiting
for.
patiently to try and
There it
take
is.
the head
Summer
off the
Chance goes out.
VIP. If
Chala
you
from
didn't know,
below,
Ace, well,
maybe.
he blows up mirror window, so it's a
Nope,
limited
it's
amount
too
of time
late.
here. It goes a little bit too low.
That's a
He
bit
has
sloppy. I don't
the
think he had the
ability to
whole
try and
prepare
put
for
pressure. Might
himself.
not know somebody's dropped
Chief
into the
drops
bathroom,
and
but he's
says
still
goodbye.
able to slip through the fingers and find his way back down to the bathroom.
Yeah, I
potentially
doubt there was
to
a
re-grease
teammate
and
hole, but there
re-roam
should
out
have
the
been.
opposite
And
side
if
of
there
the new
was, they
flank
just
box.
missed it. But
It does
had he not that
hand
Selma, they
over
would have
the
bought them a
top
bit
floor
more
here
time,
to
forcing
them
out a
with lot of
smoke grenade as well,
pressure and a lot
possibly.
of blood taken out of the two
Merc
defenders. It's
overstays is
Rampy
welcome. I'm
that's
not sure what that's
finally able to
about. If the
open
Chief
first
falls
swinging
back,
round
why
and
does
drone
Merc
hot
stay?
ahead across that 90
Surely he
corridor.
wasn't
Now
that stuck that he couldn't
TSM
try
just
at least and walk
reshuffling,
down the white
retrying to
stairs,
find some
even
pocket
if there's a guy
safety
inside of
before
Zulu.
SSG starts setting up for their
Now
collapse. Bolo, in
TSM
the
does lose
meantime,
one of the ground
he's
that
a
they
little bit
chose to give
curious
up.
what's going on around this back
Bolo looking
flank,
straight
and
at
he
Becky Dawes. That is
finds
Ash off
Fultz,
the
and that's
board.
gonna
That is a
set some
pretty good
alarms
kill.
swinging in the SSG room.
I was already going to say the fact that they get the
Also,
opening kill does
I just
not
realized that
necessarily
Ace
mean
doesn't
that they
smoke
have the
anymore
round,
because he
because
got
it
into
happened in
Thermite.
round
So
9 as well. Canadian
had they
onto Bolo,
denied that summer
was-
charge vertically from
We're still
Mira,
alive right now,
there
able
wouldn't
to
be
pick
any
up the
smokes to
refresh.
actually smoke that
Fultz
Mira,
will
which
drop. Not
means
having
that would
the
have been
best of
massive.
games as so far.
Ace is
Still
no
go
longer
for the
as
second,
good as he
will be
was
able to get
before.
across the third,
Bolo
but he will
finds
not land
Rampy
that
and
one,
does get
thinking that he
beautifully
gets the
traded
refrag, and we stay
back
in a
by
3-on-3.
Thinking. That is
With only
SSG
20
strength,
seconds left,
team play and
Canadian has
coordination,
the
playing
diffuser
off
in
each
hand.
other and
Bosco
refrags.
should be near, and
But
they are
look
gonna
at the
be going
time.
for
What
a
is that?
plan
15
sooner rather
seconds
than
left, and they
later.
have a much more
Only
to
10
do and
seconds on
much
the clock,
longer
they need
to
move
go.
now.
Yeah, puts them in a
Bosco
really
has smokes on
tricky
Ana though,
situation.
and
That
smokes
makes it
get
even
thrown
worse.
out.
Chief
Headshots
swings
gets
round,
taken
drops
back.
Bosco.
Chief has stock control. Canadian almost with a nasty wallbang, but doesn't find it. Geo gets one, goes to reload, and Chala gets Stinking as he walks to the door. TSM comfortably in the lead now, as they are in match point 6-4. Bol's having a rough game, getting found out, isolated, and not traded ever. Bol's currently being 2-10 on his side of things.
Finding one more, well.
He's often walking
no
around solo and he's
surprise,
not finding much
SSG
value in it.
taking their time out.
Maybe it's time to say, hey Finkenade, you keep trading me, but can you trade me earlier? Come with me, buddy, and let's do something together.
And they need to discuss what's going on now. Lycan will be talking to his boys. All right.
Timeout happened here from
Guys,
SSG.
we have
Lycan gonna talk some sense into his boys.
Match goes our way, but
Say, fools, you're off the ash. You've been demoted.
Right now. There is no more
You're now in castle only. On attack, you can play anything but any fun operators. You can play like Fuse, Shields, maybe Monty. You won't die that early. Rampy with this Shanka SSG side piece there on his headset. This looks very nice. TSM roams are great, but they aren't. Right? They aren't. TSM roam game was achieved falling back early because they failed to shoot the summit charge vertically. Then Merc overstays and dies for nothing, 1 versus 3. Then Bolo solo flanks up into Vase and luckily gets 2 kills to his name. That's not good at all. It's solo kill after solo death.
You still get that
right?
Point. Now, if you're on the
Chief was solo, then Merc was solo, then Bolo was solo. TSM could have lost 3 players for nothing, basically, or 2 players for nothing, if it wasn't because Bolo hit some hits. Nobody followed Bolo up the cooler stairs to refrag. Nobody followed Bolo into pool table to refrag there either. That's just Bolo getting 2 kills himself and wasting a bunch of time from SSG. So no, I don't actually think that the teamwork on the roam was good. In fact, I would like to say it's pretty bad. But despite it being bad, it was salvageable thanks to some good shooting, good pew-pew. But the team play aspect wasn't great. Now, Bolo is going to air out his orange play as he picks it on this match point round. Interesting pick indeed. Brings the barbed wire, not the beat boost. Also note 3 C4s and the Valkyrie. Actually, I take that back. 4 C4s and the Valkyrie. TSM perhaps expecting SSG to go above and they can answer back with a bunch of C4s. That's what happened last time when Rampy was doing vertical play. He got C4 by 2 people and taken down.
Be aware of it. Put some
also opens up the Bolo flank from Penthouse inside from lobby if you so pleases 2 late rounds. It's rare that people take lobby and hoover control all at once, so could be a way in.
Around the backside enough to try and scamper the plans that you've
otherwise you missed, Howie? You missed an ace from NIP earlier. Brazil has gotten their 3rd ace. All 3 aces so far has been from Brazil. Is 2 C4s for 1 kill worth it? Yes. In this case, yes. Coastline is all about man advantage. It's all about kills. And obviously, of course, map control plays a part, but seeing as you can't really comfortably roam anywhere, defenders don't have much map to work with. That is why defenders need to find kills on like runouts, spawn peaks, challenges, C4s, vertical play, crossfire. So yeah, trading 2 C4s for a kill, especially on Rampy playing Buck, would be a massive advantage. For example, if they kill Thinkinade on Nomad, that's a pretty low value kill. He's going to be using his gadget pretty early, and he doesn't have anything for the execute himself. If you kill Canadian on Capital, that's a big kill. If you kill the nade on Bosco, that's a big kill. Or if you kill Rampy with a vertical play, that's also a massive kill. So it does depend on who you kill. And speaking of nades, Bosco finds Bolo. Now, had they killed Bosco, Bolo would be alive, but no can do. That was... Oh, C4s. There's one. Rampy dead. Vertical play out. Trading a kill and a C4 for the vertical player of Rampy. Is this worth it, you might ask? Well, we'll find out soon enough. They still have 2 more C4s to go, 1 on Geo, 1 on Achieved, so more explosions can be coming out momentarily, but for now, we're waiting for Finkenade to close the gap, and he does, and he finds Merc. C4 almost trades him back. Chala finds Foltz, and Foltz again having a rough game, going 2 and 11. It's not over just yet, the timing is very close here, and again, look at the clock, 40 seconds left. It's the same issue every single round. SSG is running out of time. They have one drone left, and they got Bosco's Anaclone to work with, so they're also limited on intel gathering. TSM still sitting on a single C4 on the likes of Geo, and this C4, that's the last nade. This C4 could come in very, very handy. They have a Banshee to signify when they're gonna go in. That gets taken out by the Gone R6, and now comes the C4, and it gets a kill and an injure. Geo, massive value with that last C4. I told you, 4 C4s, no wrong can do. And Chala finds the last piece on Finkinade. TSM takes the map 7-4, taking every single defense, I believe 5 in a row since the side swap, as it was a 2-4 swap for SSG. C4 goes boom. Pretty much every single C4 that round got crazy good value. You know? That's the C4 value, dude. You don't need barbed wire because they're just gonna walk over it or do vertical play or rush side. You know, like the C4s though. Getting kills on coastline is all you need.